Hi, Meenakshi. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning. I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. How about you? How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing exceptionally well, happy and alive, I must say. Thank you. How's life? I mean, we are meeting for the very first time. Still, I just want to ask you because I know you are a YouTuber, and were you on a break from your channel, or you were not conducting sessions? Something was there, right?
Yes, as I started my YouTube channel 2 years back, I think you must know about that. And after 1 year, I started working somewhere. Okay. I was not
Oh.
serious about to run my YouTube channel continuously. I just created channel to learn English. And initially, I was so consistent with my learning and everything. I was uploading the videos and enjoying the process overall.
Hmm.
But when I started working somewhere, because I used to work before marriage too, uh, it had been so long to me after marriage and it's monotonous work. I just wanted to change my environment, meet
Hmm.
people. So it was so boring to stay at home for a long period of time. So I wanted to change something. I started working, and then I realized that it's not going to help me after 8 to 9 months because I was leaving my son at home. He's so small right now. He's just 4 years old, and as well as I was not able to work on my communication skill too.
Hmm.
So that's why I quit it. And in between of that, for the 8 to 9 months, I was completely disconnected with learning because of not able
Hmm.
to get that much time. So yes, during that time I was in break.
Actually, I think we have a kind of similar story. I was also on a break when I started this channel. I My motive was just to learn and to impart my knowledge. Okay, I was quite consistent and my channel was growing nicely. But then I started feeling bored and I took a break. I deliberately decided not to work on YouTube. So I was on a break for 6 to 7 months. After that, again, I started feeling bored. So again, I started working on my YouTube channel. So yes, once you, I guess, break that chain of consistency, specifically on YouTube, so your struggle is more, right? It increases in terms of your efforts and views and visibility. But yes, I was in touch with this language because I conduct sessions. So in a way, I was practicing my language, but I was not consistent on YouTube. Okay, so we just started because I have that inquisitive mind. I ask a lot of questions, but now let's just have a quick and short introduction. So please introduce yourself.
Okay. So I'm Meenakshi and I'm residing in Uttarakhand, as well as I am a homemaker. I'm pursuing my master's degree in English literature. And if I talk about my hobbies, so I love to spend my spare time with my son. And apart from this, nowadays I have started reading books because earlier I was not reading. So I just want to indulge myself into reading to become confident and comfortable with this language. So I'm working
Hmm.
on it.
Okay,
Thank you so
great.
much for this, yes, opportunity. And please, I would like to know about you too.
Okay, so this is Neha Rana. I come from the Apple State of India, Himachal Pradesh. I am a proud homemaker and an enthusiastic online English instructor. I provide online sessions, and my major concern is to help those people who come from a rural setting, specifically students and homemakers. It's not that I am training them. It's just that I am helping them in understanding the intricacies of this language. That's it. Because I belong to a middle class background, completely Hindi medium background. So I know the kind of struggles we people go through. So that's how I am just offering an affordable platform to all the homemakers and students as well. And I'm a mellophile. I love listening to music. Music always works for me. And that's sufficient for today. So that's all
Okay,
about myself. Hmm.
great. So which kind of music do you like? Do you listen all musics in English or just in Hindi?
No, no, no. I have nothing to do with the Hollywood music or kind of. I am a typical fan of 90s, 80s Bollywood, Hindi Bollywood music. That's it. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think I can't say I am a millennial or 90s kid. I don't know. We have those categories. But yes, it's all about listening to Kumar Sanu, Alka Yagnik, and Shan,
Mm-hmm.
Lataji, and all the singers. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, list is long. So yes, I listen to
Okay.
completely Hindi songs.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Great, great. Okay, I also love to listen to Hindi songs actually, but I always prefer to listen some dancing songs where I can enjoy some moments. Yes, I
Wow.
always prefer that. My husband always encouraged me to listen something in English. I try to do that. He
Hmm.
has suggested me some specific songs
Okay.
like I can't recall actually those names because I don't listen
Hmm.
continuously. I can't be continue
Hmm.
like
Yes.
with some such kind of things. Although I'm practicing for English every day, that has
Hmm.
become in my routine, I would say. But listening musics, I
Hmm.
would say that is not my cup of tea.
Okay,
Yes.
likewise. See, when it comes to Hollywood music, I just know only one song, that is the title track of Titanic. This is my favorite song. I mean, one of my favorite songs. And yes, I can listen to that song anytime, anywhere. So only one song that I
Mm-hmm.
know when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
listening to Hollywood music. And in terms of learning this language, I never watch any web series, not American or
Mm-hmm.
any English web series, because it doesn't appeal to me to watch English
Mm-hmm.
movies or to watch English web series or to listen to English music, right? Yes, I do listen
Mm-hmm.
to certain podcasts in terms of learning this language. Let's say Priyanka Chopra, I follow her, I follow Sushmita Sen, and I tell you, Meenakshi, I don't restrict myself or my learning. I can learn from anywhere, right? So, being a homemaker, it becomes difficult to sit and to watch American or those web series which I have nothing to do with. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't really watch these kind of things because actually I have encountered a lot of suggestions where people tell each other that go for web series. So I guess today's generation can go with these things, but it's not my cup of tea. Again, I would like to say here,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I try to listen to certain podcasts. That's it. Or sometimes I watch. Most of the time I am talking to myself. That's my way of practicing. That's it. I talk to
Mm-hmm.
myself. I try to explain each and everything maybe that is going on here in my mind, or I can see around me. That's my way. And I write certain motivational quotes or lines. I'm not into writing, but yes, something that
Mm-hmm.
appeals to me, I try to jot down that. So this is how
Okay.
I work on my vocabulary or my.
Hmm. Great, great. I also believe that actually, whenever like there are so many things from where someone can learn
Yes.
English, okay?
Yes.
But I think we should always stick with that point, which is intriguing you to watch
Exactly.
or learn something. Like
Hmm.
many people or learners suggested who are proficient speakers, they have suggested me to watch something in English, but watching something never intrigued me to watch that continuously. So I don't
Hmm.
watch that even deliberately. So
Hmm.
I just try to do something because I can also see like feel some kind of changes within me when I started my journey. So it's going gradually, but not very much like fast, but it's going gradually. So right now, as I told you that I have quit my job too. So right now I just want to do continue. I just want to continue work on it.
Hmm.
So yes.
Yes. Actually, you know what? When we impose something, right, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't help us. So I tell people, because sometimes what happens, we watch a lot of stuff. So, like, I'm not into reading. To be very honest, I have just
Mm-hmm.
started adapting this habit or inculcating this habit. Still, I can't read, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
if many people, what they do, someone suggests them to read, they start reading, they start listening,
Mm-hmm.
okay, without
Mm-hmm.
being aware what actually works for them. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
you are reading and now you don't know which sort of books appeal to you. Maybe if you are into novels, but someone suggested you to go for motivational books, you go and buy a handful of books which are related with motivation and all. But the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a homemaker. I have nothing to do with those vocabulary words which we find in motivational books, or maybe philosophical books, right? So first of all, you need to attach a purpose of your learning, right? I just need
Mm-hmm.
those vocabulary words and sentences which I can use in my everyday life with my son,
Mm-hmm.
with my friends. Hardly in when I talk about my friends, we don't speak in English, to be very honest,
Yes.
right? So it's all
Right.
about getting those vocabulary words which I can use during my interaction or with my learners. So that's how we can learn in a very systematic way, and this is what I call a pragmatic approach, okay? Because
Mm-hmm.
if I start reading newspaper, I'm not preparing for any competitive exam, okay? Newspaper is all about those heavy formal vocabulary words, hardly we use, right? But yes, if you are preparing for your competitive exam, then you must go through a newspaper because it will provide you good vocabulary and knowledge as well, right? So we need
Mm-hmm.
to be mindful what we are following, or what sort of literature or what sort of content we are feeding to our brain, right? So that is it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, don't just follow someone blindly. Try to find out those things which work for you, and then you can go step by step. As you mentioned, that your journey is going maybe a bit slow, but what I believe, it's for me, it's always quality than quantity. So bit by bit, word by word, we can
Mm-hmm.
achieve we can achieve anything in our life, right? So that should be that should be the approach. We are not in a race,
Yes.
right?
Right, right. Exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
Yes, like so many, like I have been watching so many motivational videos on YouTube as well. Many speakers advise to learn sometimes newspaper and sometimes book as well. But someone needs to find out which
Yes.
kind of books are helping them.
Hmm.
Especially as you told me that we just need to learn something which is we are like encountering in our daily basis. Maybe I'm speaking something else in Hindi. It's not, I'm not talking about translating. Translating is not helping to anyone.
Mhm.
Just we can reflect on the situation, I mean to say, which is we are speaking in Hindi. That means the same words we need in English, okay? For a learner, I think first they need to gain that confidence where they can gain confidence because English is so vast. It is not going to like stop anytime. We need to learn something new every day. So we just need to have that confidence right now as we are
Exactly.
talking. Okay, I wanted to ask you, actually, that was already in my mind that I would ask you in the session.
Mhm.
I have seen so many of your videos and truly I'm following you since that time when I started my channel, although I don't watch every videos to be very honest, but I can see a huge change in your speaking because you have implemented so many new words, and every time I think you feel you are so confident, I mean to say, because for a learner it's so much difficult to articulate something new
Mhm.
effortlessly, but you can articulate new words, new even a big sentence as well effortlessly. So how are you doing like this?
See,
I
it's
just want.
again, I always say, I am not running after fluency or perfection.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to become comfortable and natural, right? Because here I am here to express myself. I don't want to impress people, because if I get into that thing that I have to impress people, I will never grow, right? Second thing, Minakshi, what happens when it comes to presenting yourself? Just ask yourself a question. Are you good enough when it comes to presenting yourself in your native language? right? Because
Right.
communication or interaction is all about the way you express yourself. And expression is not only about your words and vocabulary. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
always do. We run behind vocabulary, idioms, and phrases. But it is, again, it's about verbal and non-verbal communication, right? I focus more on
Mm-hmm.
non-verbal part, the way you present
Mm-hmm.
yourself, your body language, yeah, expression, hand movements. So I have seen those people who can't utter a single word in their native language when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
speaking, maybe on a topic or kind of. So this is a foreign language. So first, tell this
Mm-hmm.
thing to yourself that I need to be very natural. Okay, because most of the time when we start learning, now I deal with three groups actually. One is two groups are exclusively for women, beginners and
Mm-hmm.
intermediate, and one is common. So I have seen those people who have just started their journey from scratch, but they are running
Mm-hmm.
after grammar, conditionals, ma'am, passive voice. I tell them, just try to be natural first. Just try to frame basic sentences. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so because one, what happens, we just we start comparing our journey with other people. That's the biggest thing. I never compare my journey
Mm-hmm.
with other people, right? There are a lot of YouTubers on YouTube which really speak well, but I never
Mm-hmm.
compare myself with them because I know my struggles, I know my background, right? I'm a homemaker,
Mm-hmm.
hardly I get any exposure. This is how I create that environment where I can speak. So once you are sorted with your stuff, what exactly you need, what exactly you are chasing for, I guess you are halfway there. Okay, so I never jumped directly on those idioms and phrases. First, I work on my basic vocabulary, expressions, confidence. Then I started implementing those idioms or
Okay.
phrases. So this should be the approach.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to be presentable. Language
Mm-hmm.
comes, words come later. First is your non-verbal communication.
Yes. Right, right. Okay. So as you told me that you are teaching to some learners in your
Mhm.
groups, and I would like to know that how do you make them to frame sentences, especially for beginners?
Okay. It's always about, first of all, more than teaching or training, it's all about motivating them, right? It's all
Mm-hmm.
about, telling them that yes, you can do that. Because they don't believe in themselves. Again, it's all about comparing their journeys, lots of ifs and buts. So, first of all, I try to tell them that start believing in yourself. And second thing, no magic will happen. Don't just anticipate that between 2 months or three, or within 2 months or 3 months you will be fluent. It will not happen, right? Because if you are a beginner, I guess you need 3 months. Your brain needs 3 months to process all the things, right? So what I do, I just give them vocabulary first. It's all about vocabulary
Mm-hmm.
words, nothing else. So my
Right.
approach of teaching them grammar is very different. I never get directly into grammatical stuff. Let's
Great.
say people
Okay.
come to me, ma'am, parts of speech. So parts of speech, if we go in that conventional way, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, and their definitions. But what we have
Mm-hmm.
to do with the definitions, right? So I tell
Right.
about functions of words. Okay, don't
Okay.
go
Okay.
in that way. Just I just explain that, let's say bark, this is my favorite word. Okay, or book
Mm-hmm.
or light. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say light, I ask them to frame a sentence using this word. So the very common sentence that I always get is turn the light on, turn the light off, or there is sufficient light in
Mm-hmm.
the room. Okay, this is one
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
function of this word, and we only know this one. But we can say that I love to wear light colors. This is second
Mm-hmm.
function of this word. Okay, when I say that
Mm-hmm.
turn the light on, it's an object. It means it's functioning as a noun here. But when I
Mm-hmm.
say that I love to wear light colors, now this is working as an adjective. Okay.
Exactly.
And the third
Hmm.
function is my face lights up when I see my son. Now lights up. So it is working as a verb here. And this is what
Hmm.
we call parts of speech in grammar. So I
Great.
don't go directly. It is my way. I just tell
Hmm.
them functions and then I name them. It is noun, it's
Hmm.
adjective, right? So this is a very practical approach, because what we have to do
Hmm.
with those, that any word that qualify a noun or a pronoun, we call it adjective. As homemakers, we are not
Hmm.
going to I mean, what is the need of cramming these rules, right? Then comes bark.
Yes, right.
We all know bark means bhonkna, but
Hmm.
the upper layer of that tree, छाल जिसको बोलते हैं, that
Hmm.
is also bark. Okay. And yes,
Hmm.
beginners
Hmm.
always want to learn some advanced vocabulary. So what I do, I just give them in this way only. Okay. So bark,
Hmm.
भौंकना as a verb, पेड़ की
Hmm.
छाल as a noun. Then comes
Hmm.
phrasal verb. ओके. बार्क
Hmm.
एट, जब मैंने preposition ऐड कर दिया बार्क के साथ it becomes a phrasal verb. So bark at means to
Hmm.
shout at someone very badly, right? My
Hmm.
boss barked
Hmm.
at me today because I was late, sort of. And then barking up the wrong tree, it's an idiom. Okay. So
Hmm.
they become
Hmm.
happy that we learned something new today, and they will never forget because now they have that context. Bark.
Hmm.
So bark, two functions as for verb and noun, then phrasal verb, bark at, and then an idiom.
Hmm.
So this is
Hmm.
something, I mean, I try to do during my
Okay,
session.
that's great, great,
Hmm.
great, great. And I'm sure that next day they would be saying you that I'm feeling little more confident, right?
Actually, because you know what, as beginners, um, we need to relate with them. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
creating that bond. ओके. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट मीनाक्षी,
Right.
मैं इस बात को हिंदी में बोलूंगी. हमारे इंडिया में बहुत
Mm-hmm.
सारे लोग हैं जो डर के मारे या
Mm-hmm.
हेजिटेशन के मारे दे डोंट go for very high-fi platforms, because actually they
Right.
don't look for trainers. They need
Mm-hmm.
someone to understand their requirements. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
basically, I just provide them that helping hand, first of all, to let go of that fear of English, that it's just a language, okay? It is not a big deal. So, with these basic steps, we can actually learn this language with ease and with all the fun. So, that is it. There are a lot of things. I have a treasure trove of feelings, emotions for my learners. But yes, I can say that
Okay.
I'm living my dream and I'm happy and
Mm-hmm.
content when it comes to my teaching.
Great. Okay, okay, great. I think that's the great way to learn or to teach someone. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, Very nice. Actually, I'm also lacking somewhere to use some vocabulary, and it's great. And apart from this, I would say that fear and being confident, like these are the first point which we all need to work first of all. Okay, I have also some kind of fear sometimes, I would say, but with learning, I'm just trying to overcome it. And I know that by learning every day or practicing, it will go
Yes.
automatically or naturally, I would say. And one another question I have for you. In terms of vocabulary, as you told me that you are teaching your students like that. So, how did you, is this the same way that you have applied in your own like practicing when you were doing practicing?
Hmm. Now, I can say yes, it was one of those ways which would use.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, see, I was
Mm-hmm.
always good at communicating, interacting, and English also, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I did my master's in English literature. So English was never a phobia for me. But yes, I never got that exposure, right? So I created certain
Mm-hmm.
things. I created certain, I mean, I created environment to pull myself out of my comfort zone, out of my shell. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
how I learn vocabulary, I just choose a topic first. Let's say friendship.
Okay.
Okay, I can tell you so
Mm-hmm.
many idioms which we can use while explaining friendship, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
positivity, or life, or reading. So always choose a topic rather than jotting down random words, because we really forget. Okay, we are not able to use those words. But if you have a context,
Mm-hmm.
then you can add those vocabulary words. Okay, if let's say, let's
Mm-hmm.
discuss friendship. So someone asked me, do you have friends, or kind of. So there are a list of those idioms which we can use. Like okay, though I have so many friends, but we are not thick as thieves. Okay, or yes, I have
Mm-hmm.
one friend and we are like two peas in one pod. Or as human beings, we
Okay.
need a shoulder to cry on. So yes, I do have friends, right? I have a
Mm-hmm.
friend who was always with me through my highs and lows, or through thick and thin. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
exact strategy, because if you have a
Great.
context, then you can align those idioms with that very topic rather than
Mm-hmm.
going for random words, right? So always
Mm-hmm.
choose a topic, because you converse with people. So try
Mm-hmm.
to select a topic first, and then find some idioms. Two or three idioms are more than sufficient. Okay, and if you
Mm-hmm.
use those idioms while interacting with people, I guess that's, I mean, you are halfway there.
Yes.
So this should be the
Yes. Yes.
strategy, right? So in when we
Yes.
learn something with a context, I guess that helps us, or it lies here
Mm-hmm.
permanently.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
these are very basic steps.
Okay, I will definitely do that. I feel that is quite helpful to pick any
Yes.
specific topic because sometimes we have so many random topics, like
Hmm.
friendship is also a random topic and someone can talk about it. Okay, we need to have some vocabulary already in our mind for that to express ourselves.
Hmm.
Okay, great.
Right.
So,
One more way before I wrap this session up. Now,
okay.
whenever we meet, we greet each other, and the very first question is, "How are you doing?" Okay. So I
Hmm.
always try to add my expressions, my flavor. I mean, instead of replying that I'm doing well, I'm doing pretty well, we can add certain more expressions. I am flourishing in my own space, happy and alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Radiating positivity and optimism, right? So this is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, busy as a bee, but sweet as honey. So this is another way. Okay. So see,
Mm-hmm.
learning, anyone can learn, but when you add your flavor to your any of your niche, then you can stand out
Mm-hmm.
from the crowd. That should be the approach. Okay. So be
Exactly.
very creative, very innovative with each thing or everything you do in your life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. I completely resonate with the situation, and I would say that I have watched one of your videos where you were saying to any tutor or learner, I don't know, but I can remember that point which you said. Like you were saying, same thing that someday you say one sentence and another day
Hmm.
you replace that one with another. So, to be very honest, I just have heard I heard you, and I'm also trying to do that
Yes.
nowadays. So people such like you are, there are so many learners who are literally inspiring so many learners. So
Thank you so
that's
much.
great.
Thank you so much. And it was such an intriguing session with you. Looking forward to meeting
Mm-hmm.
you once again, and have a nice day.
Okay, okay. Likewise, it was very nice talking to you. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Take care.